What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. Thanks for clicking on this video. I'm going to talk about the Tigers a little bit more in this video. As you all know, Ron Gardenhire is the new manager of the Detroit Tigers. I didn't think it was a very good move, only because Gardenhire more or less goes with his gut for his managerial decisions and doesn't do any analytics. Now that the technology has kind of crept into baseball, not to say that that's a bad thing or anything. I just think Gardenhire does more with his gut more than he looks at the pros and the cons and the percentages of that. Not to say that that's a bad part, but maybe get a mixture of the two into there. Maybe he can take the Tigers places, and maybe this young Tigers team even take it places. But we're just gonna have to go ahead and see if that's the way the Tigers want to go. Hopefully, he puts in people at the bench coach and the hitting coach and the pitching coach to be more teachers than actual maybe coaches, and maybe little tweaks here and there and all that. So, guys, let's go ahead and get right into this real quick. It says they're going to have to find another pitcher, a starting pitcher. We know Justin Verlander went to the Houston Astros. Actually, today is the eve of the World Series tonight. I believe it's in Los Angeles. I kind of do want to see Verlander get a ring, but that's beside the point. This person here in this article, which I can't remember if I got it off the Free Press or the Detroit News site, says they're going to have Michael Fulmer, Matt Boyd, Jordan Zimmermann, and Daniel Norris as the Tiger starters. A couple of possible fits are Tyler Chatwood, Julius, God, I can't even pronounce this, Chicane, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. They could bring back Anibal Sanchez, which Anibal Sanchez this year actually didn't pitch bad. He had that one kind of bad year, but he's kind of recovered nicely. But I don't know if the Tigers want to put him back in the starting rotation. That's going to be up to Gardenhire and his coaching staff. Chris Tillman, which I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Tillman, and Anthony Bass. I honestly, the three that I don't know about are Chatwood, this Chicane, and the Bass kid. I just don't know those three. Maybe you guys know them better than I do. I would probably have to do a little bit more research on this to get a better idea of who these pitchers are. I've seen a teeny tiny bit of Chatwood, but I can't remember what team he played for, or if he's a minor leaguer even at that. But the name does sound, maybe it's more or less the name sounds familiar. Maybe there's somebody else that they're looking at too. Maybe Gardenhire is asked to look at a couple of the other guys here too. The bullpen, we all know the bullpen needs work. They have the set closer with Shane Green, which I'm surprised. And they say a veteran setup man in Alex Wilson, assuming neither are traded. Now, I guess supposedly this person here is assuming that these guys are on the trade block. I would hope for Shane Green that he's not, only because the Tigers, Green's still pretty young and he looks to be pretty promising. Back at the beginning of the year, I didn't think he was all that great, but he's came around to be a nice closer. I will give him that much. He's came around as the season progressed and all that. He's came around and fit right into that closer role very, very well. The bullpen does need work. That's going to have to be Gardenhire and Al Avila's probably main focus is to get that bullpen better. The offense needs work too, but I think if you've got a good bullpen to go into the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th innings, hopefully it's 7th, 8th, and 9th. Hopefully you don't have to dip into the 5 and 6 inning ones. I think your team can be pretty, I'm not saying pretty successful, but I think it can be better than the 98 loss season that we had. But again, that's just my own personal opinion too. They talk about Blaine Hardy a little bit. He would be the veteran middle reliever, which I do like him as well. And Daniel Stumpf, which I guess the jury's out on Stumpf. To me, I just haven't seen enough of him to warrant. Maybe the Tigers may well bring him back. I don't think he's trade bait, but I just don't. I need to see more of him. I'm just going to say it's indeterminate right now. I need to see more of him to really make an assessment on it. And I didn't really watch the Tigers all throughout September, hardly. I maybe caught 3 or 4 games after they traded Verlander. I thought, well, this season's going to be a wash. And they went 6-24, so what does that tell you, too? So, for the outfield, They claim that Alex Presley's on arbitration. I did not know that. Hopefully they've been able to bring him back. Hopefully be able to come to an agreement before they have to go to arbitration. I like Tyler Collins and I like Jacoby Jones too. I hope Detroit brings those two players back if they don't end up trading them or cutting them. I did. I like those two guys. This article here seems to think the Curtis Granderson might be coming back, or a Curtis Granderson-esque type player to come back. I would like to see Curtis Granderson come back. He was one of my favorite Tigers when Justin Verlander came in and Curtis Granderson came in. I don't know if they came in necessarily around the same time, but Curtis Granderson, I thought he was a well-liked player in the Detroit, within the Detroit baseball scene. So I personally like him. Maybe you guys don't. I think he does pretty well. He's done pretty well for the Mets and the Yankees when he was out that way, so I don't think he's all that bad. But they do need a veteran presence out there to maybe kind of control the outfield a little bit. Maybe Curtis Granderson is that type of player. Maybe he could play a little center field or maybe left or right and kind of bring along, Castellanos out there. Now it looks like he's going to become an outfielder now instead of taking the third base position. Because I don't think the Tigers really want to either trade him away or put him back down to the minor leagues. I think he's a good enough hitter to stay in the major leagues, and I think Detroit's trying to find a place for him. So that's kind of another outfielder out there. The middle infield, Iglesias and Kinsler, this writer seems to think that they're going to be on the trade block. I guess Kinsler could be on the trade block. They talked about him actually during the trade period for Major League Baseball. I guess he could still be on the trade block. I guess that doesn't happen until after the World Series is over with for trades to take place. I'm sure teams have talked to players and all that, but they can't make anything official till probably after the day after probably the World Series ends. So Iglesias, to me, you know, guys, I always seem to think that he tries to be the jokester, to be the cool kid out on the field. Just make plays. That's all. Just make plays, really. I mean, it don't have to be the spectacular plays where you snatch it out of the air and you flip it with your glove. You know, do all that stuff that he does. I don't think you really need to do that. I don't think there needs to be an entertainment presence out there. Omar Infante, this one seems to think, they signed him last winter as an insurance policy if they traded Kinsler, so and they could do something similar this time. So I didn't even know Omar Infante signed with the Tigers. Iglesias is potentially non-tendered to make way for Dixon Machado. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to give Machado a chance. I don't know. Maybe it's time. I would like to maybe get him one more year down the minor leagues and then bring him up for the September call-ups. Maybe just to see if he's actually ready to play. But he may be ready to play right now. I will admit, he looked decent against the opposing pitchers this time. So maybe it is his time to shine. Maybe this team is going to get very young and maybe kind of groom these guys as they come along. But they need a little bit of a veteran presence there to help Gardenhire and the coaches along. Some of the X factors that they're talking about, this writer talks about, the payroll is trending down, but they're still having to pay Justin Upton, Justin Verlander, and we're still paying on Prince Fielder's contracts. I heard on the radio, I guess they were for Prince Fielder, it's not till 2020 till that's done. I mean, that just seems. I don't even understand why why Dombrowski even agreed to do that. That was beyond stupid. One of the dumber things he's done for an organization like the Tigers. So, that's pretty much it. Avila, it says for the prospects, I'll just read it off here because it's kind of interesting. It says Avila and the other team officials have said they're going to exercise patience with their top prospects, and I'm guessing that's probably the ones that they've came in with the JD Martinez trade as well. But they also don't want to challenge these prospects yet, and if any of them show that they're ready to shoot for the big leagues during the season, it's really hard to believe the Tigers are going to keep them in Toledo just for patience. Which, you got to give them a chance, and if they make or break their chance. I mean, really. Brehu Browse and Franklin Perez could be competing for the jobs during the summer. I find that surprising, if not sooner. While Kristen Stewart and Mike Gerber, will go to big league camp and push to leapfrog Toledo. So those are maybe some guys that are up-and-comers that we need to talk about maybe for the 2018 season. The DH says that there's every indication that Victor Martinez is expected to be ready, but he's going to be under contract for $18 million. Now he's my age. I'm 40 years old. He's my age. He's going to be 41 by the time the season, I don't think it's by the time the season gets started, but I think right during the middle of the season, he's going to be a 41-year-old man. You want to pay a 40, I mean, granted, he's still hit okay. I mean, I think it was a 270, 280 hitter when he left. I'm just wondering if the Tigers may release him. And it goes on to say here that cardiac procedure that he had during this time for his irregular heartbeat, but it says it's not entirely clear whether he wants to play again or if the Tigers even want to bring him back. So, I don't know, guys. We're going to just have to wait and see how this all goes. I think we're still going to win. I think we're still going to lose close to 100 games, if not over 100 games this season. It's going to be a very meager season for the Tigers. I'm just going to say don't expect much, especially with our bullpen the way it is. And I don't know if it's going to take a couple years to get the bullpen back around to where it needs to be, and maybe even the hitting to get back around too. So it may be we may be competing maybe even for the worst record of all time, maybe even getting to the 110, 120 loss season. Don't be so if our bullpen doesn't improve. I'm just saying, just be ready. All right, just be ready. Guys, let me know what you guys think. I know I'm kind of being doom and gloom here, but really, after all the people that we've lost, JD Martinez, Victor Martinez with his irregular heartbeat, Cabrera being injured, seemed to be injured all season long. The man still, I don't think he's had a good season since probably 2017 now, maybe 2013 at best. Maybe 12 is probably what I'm thinking of, 2012. Like I said, JD Martinez is gone. Upton's gone. Verlander's gone. JD Martinez is gone. I mean, really, I probably said JD Martinez's time 3 times now. Sorry, but there's going to be meager years here. Okay, but guys, let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there's somebody I've left off here, but let me know what you guys think. You guys think the Tigers may do better than expected? You guys think they might lose 90 games or maybe be even a 500 team, 82 wins, 82 losses? I think 82 losses is entirely possible, but I think that's probably where the Tigers need to shoot next year. If we can be a 500 team with a young team that we've got, I think that's success. Guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and also do a like, subscribe as well, okay? And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys again soon. I'm actually really ready to start, even though the Tigers season has ended, I really want to watch some Tigers baseball. So, guys, take care. Deuces.